age 7, I began riding. Our friends owned a ranch. This ranch was the foundation of my riding career. This arena and the fields that surround it hold a treasure chest of memories. Games with the summer sun beating down on us and our horses, riding through the water sloughs bareback, and moving cows on to their next pasture. However, this story isn't about a place. It's about a horse that carried me through each of these memories. At age 11, the dreams of every little horse-crazy girl came true for me. I was gifted a 4-year-old bay roan mare for my birthday. Riding never came naturally to me. I fell off more times than I can count and shed many tears of frustration. Things were no different when I got Ruby. She bucked me off at rodeos, refused to load into trailers, ignored my leg cues, spooked at objects we'd walked past 1,000 times before. Her gaits are choppy and difficult to sit in the saddle. She watches me approach her in the field only to run off at the last second. She's the little horse that could, but usually won't. In the moments of frustration, I couldn't see the life lessons I was being taught. However, as the saying goes, hindsight is 20/20. And now as I reflect back on the last 12 and a half years, I can see the impact that she had on me. Little did I know that Ruby would teach me some of the most important lessons in my adolescence and early adulthood. This little mare taught me more about myself than I could have ever imagined. I've learned patience, determination, humility, perseverance, and I've dusted myself off more times than I would care to admit. At age 14, I joined our local 4-H club. This was a turning point for me. I flourished. My confidence and self-esteem skyrocketed, my leadership and communication skills developed, and I found myself in yet another arena that would quickly fill with memories. Every step of the way, there was Ruby, as determined as ever to keep me humble. A few years ago, I found out that Ruby was underfed and kept in a small box stall for the first year and a half of her life. This was yet another reflective moment for me. We don't always know each other's past and how past experiences can influence one's behavior. Yet another teachable moment from that stubborn horse of mine. Each of the highs and lows that Ruby carried me through, or tossed me into, have become crucial moments in my personal development and my decision to become a teacher. During our 4 years in 4-H, I began teaching the younger members to ride. Ruby, who has the most bouncy gaits and spooks at the silliest of things, would pack 5-year-olds around the arena with her head hung low and her entire body at ease. This drove me unbelievably crazy. However, she was reflecting me in these moments, at complete ease in the role of teacher. After graduating high school and completing my years as a 4-H member, I pursued a career in education. My undergrad degree was not easy for me. I struggled a lot. However, I'd been set up by a horse of all things to put my head down and work hard for the results that I wanted. Life isn't always about things being difficult, though. Ruby taught me that too. When things aren't working, it's time for changes to be made. A different saddle, going back to the basics, attending clinics. All of the experience I had had with my difficult horse allowed me to make changes in my education. When things weren't working for me at the university of my dreams, I moved back to the North Thompson Valley and attended TRU. This was the best move I ever could have made. In my second year in Kamloops, I was offered a job as a riding instructor at a ranch on the outskirts of town. I was handed the reins, literally, and trusted to make it a success. Each and every lesson I teach has a dash of Ruby in it, from assisting students with horses who seem less than happy to be being ridden, to teaching students to push through their frustrations, and finally, to seeing their faces light up when successes are made through hard work and determination. Each lesson Ruby taught me now translates to my career in education. From learning to read and understand body language, to adapting my teaching styles to assist my students in their learning, to understanding the effects one past can have on their present and future, and to knowing the importance of celebrating small successes, Ruby has given me the most valuable toolbox I could ever ask for as a future teacher. In my relationship with Ruby, I am both the teacher and the student, the latter probably more than I realize.